Water roared through what was once Elm Street, a muddy torrent swallowing lawns and driveways. The HOA president, Linda Harper, stood on her flooded porch, her designer boots sinking into the muck, yelling into a dead phone. "Yeah, that's me watching from my hilltop. You're probably wondering how it all went so wrong. Let's rewind. I moved to Cedar Grove Estates for peace, escaping the city's concrete grind. My property sat at the neighborhood's edge, a weathered farmhouse, swaying pines, and an ancient dam. Built over a century ago with flat stones and sturdy beams, it wasn't just a structure, it was history, taming the creek's spring floods. The dam, half buried in moss and shaded by oaks, gave the land soul. Floods hadn't hit in years, but it stood ready, a quiet guardian. For a while life was good. I paid my dues, mowed my lawn, and waved at joggers. Then Linda Harper took over the HOA, and the air shifted. It started small, newsletters nagging about unsightly elements, demands for matching shutters, identical mailboxes. I ignored it. Power makes people petty. But when a neon orange violation notice appeared on my door, my blood boiled. The dam, older than Cedar Grove itself, was labeled an unapproved structure and a liability. I called Linda, expecting a mix-up. Her voice was syrupy but cutting. "Mr. Carter," she drawled, "that eyesore serves no purpose. It's a danger." I explained the dam's historical status, backed by 1923 easements and township permits. She didn't care. "It's a blight," she snapped. "Remove it." The HOA unleashed a barrage of notices. Environmental hazard, aesthetic violation, public safety risk. They hired experts, who snapped photos from afar, claiming the dam could collapse or breed mosquitoes. One absurd letter called it a drowning hazard, as if kids were trekking through briars to splash in a shallow pool. I fought back, digging up records, permits, covenants, county letters proving the dam's value. My lawyer, Emily, a no-nonsense veteran of HOA wars, filed objections and demanded hearings. Linda's board was relentless, a machine fueled by control. They slapped me with $500 daily fines and a lien on my property. When I refused to pay, they dragged me to court, citing a new natural waterway aesthetic rule they'd invented months after I moved in. Linda played the victim, crocodile tears and all, preaching about safety and property values. Emily countered with ironclad evidence, but the HOA's deep pockets and influence wore us down. Legal bills piled up. Friends urged me to give in. After 9 grueling months, the judge ruled. He acknowledged the dam's history but sided with the HOA's risk argument. I had 60 days to demolish it or let them do it and bill me. Linda gloated outside the courthouse, her victory smile razor sharp. Emily sighed. "The system protects their investments, not people like you." I went home, sat by the dam as dusk fell, the creek whispering. I wouldn't tear it down. Let them come. 2 weeks later, bulldozers roared onto my land. Linda, in pristine sneakers, directed the destruction like a general. Stones shattered, beams splintered, the dam groaned as if the earth wept. When the last piece fell, Linda clapped, calling it a win for Cedar Grove. I walked away, silent but certain, this wasn't over. The land remembered. The HOA celebrated with a picnic, balloons, banners, a catered spread. Linda's speech hailed the restoration of natural beauty. I stayed quiet, letting them revel in their delusion. Summer passed, then fall brought heavy rains. The creek, unbound, carved new paths. Linda posted cheery updates, claiming that upgraded drainage was fine. Winter buried the neighborhood in snow, masking the dam's absence. Linda hosted a Winter Wonderland event, posing with politicians, promising more beautification. Spring arrived with vengeance. Snow melt and torrential rains turned the creek into a beast. Without the dam, water raged downhill, unstoppable. Basements flooded, lawns vanished, fences toppled. Linda's house, near the creek, was hit hard, her basement a swamp, her designer furniture ruined. The HOA office drowned in sewage and debris. Streets buckled, power failed, and residents fled in canoes and pool floats. News vans swarmed, helicopters capturing the devastation. Headlines screamed, "Mystery floods ravage Cedar Grove, preventable?" Residents, ankle-deep in muck, clutched ruined heirlooms. At an emergency town hall, Linda, mud-streaked and defiant, blamed unauthorized land alterations. The crowd erupted. A mother shouted, "You demolished the dam!" Emails, invoices, and Linda's own speeches surfaced, proving the HOA's guilt. An elder resident, Mr. Thompson, waved a yellow folder. "Class action. Negligence. Endangerment." Cheers exploded. The HOA crumbled. Lawsuits drained their funds, and residents voted to dissolve it. Linda faced personal suits for fraud and negligence. Investigations revealed she'd faked reports and rigged votes to justify the demolition. She was indicted: fraud, falsification, endangering safety. Her trial was swift: 5 years in prison, no parole for 3. Cedar Grove's welcome sign ended up in the dump, a relic of arrogance. Then the HOA sued me, claiming I'd destabilized the watershed. Laughable. In court, Emily dismantled their lies. We showed permits, videos of Linda's boasts, invoices with her signature. An engineer testified the dam's removal caused the floods, like yanking brakes from a speeding car. The jury ruled in my favor, awarding damages so high the clerk gasped. Linda shrank in her seat, her empire in ruins. Cedar Grove healed. Residents tore down matching fences, painted doors wild colors, let gardens grow free. Kids played without fear of fines. At a town meeting, I proposed a new dam, a modern one built with respect for the past. Volunteers raised it, stone by stone, and added a plaque. "In memory of common sense, never to be demolished again." I sit by it now, coffee in hand, the creek humming, the neighborhood wiser. Linda? She's running a prison book club. Some never learn. But we did. What do you think? Was I right to stand my ground, or should I have compromised? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate. And while you're at it, tell us, where do you draw the line when petty power games threaten what matters? Hit that like button if you're team common sense, and subscribe for more stories where hubris meets justice.